Hello all, Havoc here. Let's get ready to play some Space Engineers. Okay, so in this episode we're going to start out doing some damage control. Thing 1 and Thing 2 pointed out the fact that they believe the bottom of the Kestrel's engines have either taken damage or not finished being built. They were finished being built before we had copied the Kestrel for blueprinting. So, yeah, so that's a bit disconcerting, so we're going to have to check on that real quick. They said that they weren't sure if it looked like they were just damaged or just looked like it was only, but we're checking on it in any case. Not sure why all this was damaged, but okay. Little manual labor never hurt nobody. Alright, we have gravity here so we can land. Alright, so let's go ahead and hit throttle up. Okay, we're good. So, I'm not sure what that looked like. I'll go ahead and check back on the video from yesterday and see what happens with that. Okay. So, one of the things I want to look at is I don't want to do this yet. This is something that's going to be on the docket to do, is to fix this. But I want to think on it a little bit on how I want to do it to where I can have the ejector for the gravity feed. So that's something we're going to work on. Also, another thing that I'm thinking about doing is for when we go to do the actual jump and planets come, we're going to build a space station. So one of the things we've been talking about is a way to get supplies back and forth. So in an effort to make that a little bit easier, I'm planning on trying to figure out how to do the automated waypoint system using the GPS, the autopilot system, if I could speak more better English. And we could use that to pilot us up there. So literally, I think it was Thing 1 and Thing 2 brought up the fact of us having an elevator. So I think it'd be kind of cool if we step onto it, a sensor, and it would say, hey, there's a player present. And it would take us up there. So it'd be kind of cool to try to figure out something like that. So let's get this off. That's better, not as cluttered. Okay, so first things first, let's go ahead and fill our O2 bottle because we saw it throw up that little warning that it did. Let's go ahead and look. We have 0.1, so we're doing really good now for O2. Oh, it's not set to fill. Auto refill. So, alright, we're doing good. Which means we can also come over here for O2 now. We should be able to. Let's check. Yep, sweet. Alright, so we can fill when we need to from there. We can fill when we need to from there. And I have the batteries should be set to recharge. Let's go and check that real quick. Alright, batteries are set to recharge. 5 hours remaining. Yep, no big deal. Alright, so we can refine, we can assemble, recharge, and get O2. Super basic. Oh, one of the things Thing 1 and Thing 2 had pointed out was the fact that Kestrel is not armed. The Kestrel is not going to get armed for asteroid defenses. I plan on parking her. First thing first is to build a station. Like, we're building this now. Immediately once we make the jump, when we find a planet to orbit, we'll find a way to dock her on a station block and then begin building a station with orbital defenses. So that's how the Kestrel's going to receive her defenses. You're supposed to be deleted. Go away. Thank you. That was cheaty. I had no idea that I could do that. Alright, so we're going to do this real quick. We need steel plates. Okay, I'll take a couple. Right. Okay. So today's episode is going to be a little on the short side, as I am trying to still parse out the issues with my PC. So I've also been having some longer work hours than normal, so less time for the gaming practices. So, alright. So what I'm doing here is going to build a catch for our gravity collector that our little elevator chute thing. In theory, if we're in the right spot, and I kind of hope it is, that's why I'm not going to actually complete it, I'm just going to do that part. We do this, then we can put a gravity collector in the bottom and a tube to storage. So when we call for items to drop from above to come down, that'll work. So as of right now, that's why I'm not modifying the Kestrel and putting the input-output, because I also want the ejector on there too. So something I'm kind of working on. So I think that'll be kind of cool to have. So let's see here. Where do we want to go next? So I'm kind of thinking that we'd want to build a proper tower, but because we need to start getting, we need an antenna now. We also need to get a gun battery placed. I think that's good, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, so let's keep the 6 in mind. So we throw a connector. I want the tube next to the connector. And our Gatling gun after that. So if we go with alright. Go with number 4 here. Number 6 on top of it, like so. I think we'll have to come out one more, I believe. Yeah, because we can't place one here. That's correct. So, there. So that's basically what our guard tower would look like. Can we place one now? No, I have to come out one more, right? Oh yeah, we can. Okay. So I think this would be a start for a tower. I would kind of like to change up the overall design. I'm not sure I'm liking how this is going to turn out. I think something where the turrets are on top and you can stand inside of kind of like a sniper's nest kind of tower would be kind of cool. But all the same, this is functional. So Oh, another thing we could use is a gravity generator. That'd be kind of nice as well. So as physics are now starting to get applied to the game, probably a good idea to get an actual functioning standing base for this as well. And I did turn those voxel settings on, so what happened here? Oh, I see what I did. Okay. That kind of sucks. Yeah, so if we cut away that block and that block, this part here will go floating free. So it's kind of cool, but when you've been building a specific way for so long, you kind of get used to it. You know, it's kind of like if you played Minecraft and then all of a sudden they applied gravity to all the blocks in the game. And kind of interesting. So let's go ahead and move the Reaper out of the way. Not the Kestrel. Alright. Actually, move him over here so I make sure he's not in the way of the solar panels, because where I had him, he could have casted a shadow. And we don't want shadows. Alright, so alright, we'll get ourselves a basic guard tower, and if anything we can start building a structure into the base of it. Let's see here. Alright, so there's our basic guard tower. Now we can route tubes around it. Probably just between each individual one and then down one spire. Like that. Not really much in the way of redundancies, so I don't know how I feel about that. Because we take an asteroid to the pillar that happens to have the connection, that would kind of suck. So, but for now, for the sake of resources, I guess for the sake of resources, I didn't need to fill that back section there. So let's go ahead and put a conveyor there. And it's 90 off of that. Alright, so I think overall this is going to be a pretty interesting setup. I mean, we're going to be pretty simple to start with, but we're going to have a lot of options to go upward from there. I'd like to know from you guys, when we make the jump, do you guys want to see me build the station, or would you like to just get the highlights of me building the station and hurry up and get to planets? I am pretty sure that I won't be able to hold out from exploring planets, so we'll probably be taking one of the Kess shuttles and doing a lot of exploring. But getting the Kestrel safe, I think, is a pretty important step in that process. So, do we need energy? We do, so I'll climb in here. Alright, let's get some weld on. I almost feel like I should have used sloped blocks for these vertical legs. Feels like they tend to have a little bit better look for a vertical leg assembly. Not sure why, but all you guys are targeting the Reaper. That is kind of disturbing. Actually, you know what? I think they're targeting. I think I know why. Or what. We're out of steel plates, are we? Yes, we are. I bet you they're targeting a gravity generator. Because I know that there's gravity on this thing in creative. So I bet you, I don't know, right about here down? We burrow straight down. There's probably a gravity generator and a reactor. So that doesn't help us much. So let's see if we can get these guys to not target stations. And that should probably get him to... There we go. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. That's what I thought. Get back to work. Alright. So, control panel. U through U. There we go. So now our turrets are active, fully functional, minus ammunition of course, but that's a small step. So let's go ahead and take a seat. That's funny that we're overdrawn on power, but the turrets can still work. Let's see, how are we doing on power? Still 5 hours remaining. Might need to add some more solar panels. It'd be better if I put them on a rotor, but as we're not going to be sticking around here for very long, I'm not going to spend the time to put them on a rotor. I think I'd just rather just build a couple more and call it good. So let's go with, there we go. And some construction components. I think we can grab a few of those. Alright. So yeah, again, I'd like to hear from you guys about what you think about priority once we land. Obviously, like I said, I want to take care of the Kestrel, get her safe. But would you guys rather see me jump straight into planets, or you know, how would you like to see it? Because I think they're gonna. I'm kind of guessing, but I foresee us getting the moons first. I think Kess is in the way. Yeah. There it is. All right. So let's place this last block and see how much of this we can get welded up. Alright. So let's grab Scorp, bring him over. And we'll get this welded up. It's awesome seeing your own avatar just sitting over there. Okay. So I think we're missing just steel plates now. Steel plates and some solar cells. So overall not too bad. We're gonna get both of those from, well, no, we're gonna get solar cells from up there at the station, or the Kestrel. But we're gonna need to get all of our steel from here. So let's go to production. And we need some steel plates. It sounds like it's producing it, but I think due to the lack of power, that's interesting. It must be some kind of bug or something. Okay, so I guess we have to turn our assembler off now, because that's not doing anything, but it's chewing up energy. So let's go ahead and turn our refinery off as well. Yeah, so that'll help. So let's, did that change our battery? No, it still says 5 hours. Okay. So this will change our battery though. Oh, no it won't, because we need solar cells. Okay, so I'm going to go up, run up, grab some solar cells, and we're going to get those solar panels online, so we have some extra oomph when it comes to recharging. And yeah, we'll get those solar cells online, and we'll probably wrap up the video there. But, so yeah, I'll see you after on the other side of the cut. Okay, so we're back down on the surface. We have enough solar panels to get this completed. Almost. Ugh. Alright, so let's see how we're doing now. Okay, so it's looking better. Down to 3 hours. That's phenomenal. That's cool. We shaved 2 hours off. And it'll be a little bit better once we finish that other solar panel. So we're going to get that other solar panel up online and start getting the rest of these components here built as well. And just start getting more and more of the facility in line. Start having to do some mining. That's what the live stream was meant to be for this weekend, was to get some more of the mining done and to start doing a little bit of exploring the asteroid. So we will definitely get a little bit further into that in the next coming days, especially if planets don't come out on Thursday. So 4th of July weekend coming up for those in the US. I will be having a 3-day weekend for that, so a lot of play time for that. So hopefully, PC issues aside, I'll be doing some live streaming for that as well. So this is Havoc. Have fun. Keep gaming.